Like we told you on the 17th itself, today B.S. Yediyurappa first entered Vidhan Sudha to celebrate his 2 years in office and then went on within minutes to announce his resignation. A tearful BSY who has been credited with building the BJP from the ground up in Karnataka, the first state in the south that the BJP formed a government in, today announced that he will be working for the party and is stepping aside willingly, but not before his resignation let loose a firestorm.
ಬಹುಶಃ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟ ಬಹುಮತ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. 108 110 ಉಳಿದವರನ್ನು ಬೆಂಬಲದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಆಡಳಿತ ನಡೆಸಬೇಕಾಯಿತು. ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರವಾಗಿ 115 120 ಸೀಟ್ ಗೆಲ್ಲಲು ಅವಕಾಶ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಸಹ
ನಾನು ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಯಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒತ್ತಡ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನೇ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ಇವತ್ತು 26ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು 2 ವರ್ಷ ತುಂಬಿದಿರುವಂಥ ಈ ಶುಭ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೂ ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಗಬೇಕು, ಬೇರೆಯವರು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾನೇ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಹೊರತು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಧಾನಿ ಆಗಲಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಮಿತ್ ಶಾ ಆಗಲಿ ಯಾರ್ದು ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನೇ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಜನತೆಗೆ ಈ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟದ್ದಾಗಿ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಯನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಶಿಕಾರಿಪುರ ತಾಲೂಕಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಯನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ
With B.S. Yediyurappa gone, the days ahead aren't really a bed of roses for the BJP. Primary among their concerns is to, of course, keep the sizable Lingayat vote within the party. Second, to prevent infighting in the BJP among the many factions. Third, to keep Mr. Yediyurappa pacified and ensure that he doesn't turn into a parallel Lingayat center of power, and finally to keep the Congress at bay, which clearly now is smelling blood and is reportedly trying to get its MLAs who had crossed over into the BJP back into the Congress's fold.
येडियुरप्पा जी और जो कर्नाटक के मुख्यमंत्री की गद्दी है उसका एक बड़ा ही विचित्र घटनाक्रम रहा है. मुझे याद है जब 2008 में भी ये मुख्यमंत्री बने थे तो कोई लंबा कार्यकाल ये पूरा नहीं कर पाए थे. तो कई लोगों के भाग्य में सिर्फ इतना ही मुख्यमंत्री का कार्यकाल लिखा होता है. अब भाजपा उनको क्यों बदल रही है, उसके क्या कारण हैं, उस पे क्या प्रेशर्स ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं, ये तो भाजपा वाले ही जवाब दे पाएंगे.
As far as the cabinet is concerned, will it be same or will it be a complete reshuffle that will happen?
That's $1 billion question bit.
Sir, now there are talks of you being the next chief minister as well, considering your
See, let me tell you that there is no race. Okay. It is only a decision. Okay. And High Command will have complete information and views of everybody, party, MLAs and everybody.
Okay.
And whatever the decision the High Command takes, everybody should abide by it.
Overall, now, you have maintained that whoever left the Congress party, joined the BJP, are always welcome back. Has anyone reached out to you? Because right now, speaking to some of them, they say they don't know what their future holds. They don't know if they're going to be in the cabinet. Have anyone reached out to you, sir?
See, I don't want to disclose. There are a very big number, including the sitting very senior BJP leaders also are looking at the Congress party. They know that in the next Karnataka Congress party can only give a very stable government and do something good for the party. I don't want to disclose their names because this has to be discussed in the internal committee. I have a committee set up with a former PCC president. Then I will have to discuss with all my senior leaders of the party. Then I have to place it with the high command. Without taking everyone into conference from the block to the state level, I can't discuss any names of that.
So do you feel there is an impending situation where the Congress still has a chance in Karnataka right now, or possibility of the BJP not being able to elect unanimously a leader?
See, I don't want to indulge with all those things. I just look at the people of Karnataka. We want the blessings of the people of Karnataka.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Okay, joining us on the debate, we have Sujata Paul, political analyst, spokesperson for JDS, Tanveer Ahmed. First question to you, national spokesperson of BJP, Sanju Verma. Is your government in Karnataka in danger?
Padmaja, I think we made it amply clear that there will be a smooth transition of leadership And for everyone who's smelling blood, particularly the Congress, I think the crossover of Congress MLAs into BJP happened not because the BJP was throwing carrots. It was more a question of being completely disillusioned with the so-called national leadership under Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi. Let's be under no delusion that the Congress today is a divided house. And unlike Punjab, where you saw Navjot Singh Sidhu and Amrinder Singh at loggerheads, baying for each other's blood and watching their dirty linen.
But ma'am, to be fair, today this is not about the Congress. Let me quote to you. Let's leave out the politics also for a bit. Today you had Dingaleshwar Swami of the Balhosur Mutt saying, and I quote, Karnataka BJP will be washed away in tears. B.S. Yediyurappa has given his resignation in pain. BJP should reconsider its decision. This is somebody who is a seer from the Lingayat sect, and he is predicting that the tears of B.S. Yediyurappa will wash you away.
Let me complete, please. Yes, I heard you loud and clear. Now my rebuttal to that is, we have tremendous respect for everyone associated with the Lingayat community, the seers of Siddhaganga Mutt, because B.S. Yediyurappa has been a huge follower of Siddhaganga Mutt for ages now. Nobody is disputing that. Nobody is also disputing, Padmaja, in all fairness and honesty, that no matter which political party, there are defectors, there are dissenters, there are consensus builders, there are acolytes, but at the end of the day, what matters is, in BJP, I'll tell you in 20 seconds, nation first, party next, self last, whereas in the Congress, which is smelling blood, to borrow your phrase, it is the dynasty first, dynasty next, and dynasty last. And I think dynastocracy has been rejected by the people of India, fair and square, repeatedly.
Sujata Paul, when he was the chief minister, you called him the epitome of corruption. Now that he is gone, you are shedding tears for him. You are shedding more tears than Mr. Yediyurappa is shedding.
No, we are, as far as Mr. Yediyurappa going is concerned, if there is somebody else who comes in his place and he's also selected by the Honorable Prime Minister, it's going to be the same thing. So the corruption levels are not going to decrease anyhow. However, this is an attack on the federalism, and I'll tell you why. A corrupt person should not be there, period. But when the chief minister is being selected by the prime minister at, on his women fancy, that is unacceptable. Why is it that they are only attacking the Congress? And this problem is there because they broke parties.
As opposed to the very democratic selection of the chief minister in all the Congress states.
And you tried to construct your own party. And that is why you are not strong from within. And when you are not, you are going to destruct yourself. And that is why this party is imploding today. Look at what is happening in Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand has become Hartal Pradesh. You have given 3 chief ministers over there. You have never been able to give a stable government to the people of Karnataka.
No, just a second. First of all, let's disabuse everyone of this claim of democratic selection by the legislature party. Let's not forget, whether it be Rajasthan, whether it be Punjab, whether it be Chhattisgarh, each and every person selected there to be the chief minister had to be in that picture with Mr. Rahul Gandhi. You had Sachin Pilot on one side, Ashok Gehlot on the other. You had T.S. Singh Deo on one side, Bhupesh Baghel on the other. And that is how people are chosen to be chief ministers. That being said, Sujata Paul, why are you so sure that Mr. Yediyurappa has been pushed out? All of today you said, oh, he's been thrown out, he's been forced to resign. Maybe it's your impact. You have been asking for his removal all this while.
Yes. And not just us, it is also the BJP which has been asking for his removal, and I'll tell you why.
Which means that BJP is with you in your anti-corruption crusade. You kept saying that Mr. Yediyurappa is corrupt, he should go.
Can I complete? No, it is because the survival of the Bharatiya Janata Party leaders is at stake. So that is why they are also upset. As far as we are concerned, we do not want corrupt people. However, Vijayendra, who is the son of the outgoing chief minister, has been the de facto CM, and he has been accused
Your
of being so
political obituary
by
is
the
written by
Bharatiya
Rahul Gandhi.
Janata Party of Karnataka.
So
Rahul
let me
Gandhi,
ask you this. Let me ask you this. One second. Final question to Sujata Paul. Final question to Sujata Paul before I bring in Tanveer Ahmed, and then you will respond, Sanju Verma. You are saying there is corruption. You accuse Mr. Yediyurappa of corruption. He's gone. You said that his son is de facto chief minister. Yet, despite all attempts, he was neither given any position within the state nor at the center. So even this whole family running the government excuse or allegation seems to have fallen.
Not at all. He's an elected member. One of his sons is an elected member. His two sons and his son-in-law have been accused. His son is the vice
But he
president
doesn't
of
have
the
any
Karnataka
position of
BJP.
power. He's not been made the chief minister. He's not been given any position at the center, which is what was being conjectured, that they'll make him a minister at the union cabinet. That hasn't happened.
Because the party is imploding. Because the party does not want him to be there.
Okay.
That is the reason.
This is unfair. She's spoken enough.
Okay,
Let me have a
Sujata.
quick rebuttal.
Okay. Sanju Verma respond. Then I really must bring in Tanveer Ahmed. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Padmaja, a quick rebuttal. Congress was set up in 1885. It's a 136-year-old rickety dinosaur. BJP in its current form came into effect on 6th April 1980. It's a young 41-year-old party. So let's not compare a young party with a rickety dinosaur.
Oh, that's why you
And
remove your
BJP
members.
is led.
They are forced to
BJP is
retire.
led by
You have a forced retirement club for anyone who is about
you are not
75.
Okay. One at a time. One at a time, please. One at a time.
Padmaja.
One at a time.
You're
Yes.
not being fair.
Sanju
Yes.
Verma.
Congress, let me repeat, is a rickety 136-year-old dinosaur led by compulsive liar called Rahul Gandhi,
Okay.
and is completely torn apart.
Now
by
if she's
internal-
going to
Okay. Nothing. Today is not about the
So please
Congress.
stop
Today is not
lecturing
about
the
the Congress
BJP.
or about Rahul Gandhi.
Stop
Today is
lecturing
about
the
what
BJP.
happens in
BJP
Karnataka.
comes on meritocracy. Congress comes on
Look at what you've done in
Okay, Tanveer Ahmed, meritocracy will be rewarded. Mr. Yediyurappa, and remember, for everyone who is saying that he has been humiliated, he's been left tearful, the fact is that as recently as yesterday, Mr. Nadda was on record to say that he gets credit for what he's done for the party, and we have no complaints of him. And today he himself has said that I'm going of my own volition.
Padmaja, two important issues. Firstly, is there any leader in BJP in Karnataka who's bigger than Yediyurappa? Absolutely no. Yediyurappa is the one who has built BJP from the scratch, and all the credit goes to Mr. Yediyurappa. As a child, in the year 1980, I used to see Yediyurappa in a bicycle going gully and giving prachar to BJP. And second thing, very important question, which the political analyst has brought. In BJP right now, it is one corrupt man goes and another corrupt man comes. You tell me one minister, whether it is the sports minister, whether it is the agriculture minister, whether it is the industry minister, whether it is the health minister, Mr. Sudhakar, everybody is being accused of corruption. What have they done during the COVID time? Mr. Yediyurappa, actually it is their party line that any person who is above the age of 75 have to resign. But right now, the worst part of the discussion which we need to really bring, Congress, especially Mr. D.K. Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, who are waiting like vultures. BJP has done the job like a vulture. Now it is the turn of Mr. D.K. Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah who are waiting like vultures. But Sanju Verma, let me just tell you one thing. Every time coming with those rhetorics,
who according to the JDS is a bigger vulture right now? Considering that the JDS is playing a very interesting role right now.
We are not going to take every time the same stupid rhetoric which is really coming from BJP and from the central. Yediyurappa was a tall leader. Yediyurappa has gone out, but they need to really replace with somebody better. Unfortunately, out of 122 people, they don't have anybody who is better than Yediyurappa. That's all I want to say. He was corrupt, and all the others are more corrupt than Yediyurappa.
Very, very interesting. Thank you very much. I'll have to end it over here. Although this sitting on the fence that Mr. Tanveer Ahmed is doing, could it have anything to do with the fact that the BJP also apparently has had a meeting with Mr. H.D. Revanna? Who knows? Maybe it's just a coincidence. For the time being, thank you very much, Tanveer Ahmed, both ladies, for joining me on Debate One.